Hey guys, Mike here from Lunch Money Comics. Today I'm at the Northeast Comic Con and Collectible Extravaganza in Boxborough, Massachusetts. I've been to the show in the past. Not only are there a lot of great comic books and collectibles, there are lots of celebrity guests, so let's go check it out. Hey, look what I found. Josh from Buzz Comics. What's up, my friend?
Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Awesome. Great setup here.
Thank you.
You gotta check it out. You are a stalwart of the New England comic book scene, my friend. And you get the next brewery show coming up soon in Ipswich.
We do, April 21st.
April 21st.
At True North Ale Company in Ipswich, Mass.
I will be there.
Hey.
You know I'll be there. Twist my arm. Comic books and beer. Come on.
Yeah, man.
Good to see you, buddy. Take it easy.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, and here is the main room of the con. Oh yeah, and there it is. Hey, and there's my friends. Wow, look at this. Yeah, I couldn't find this place.
We were about to send out a search party for you.
I wish you did. I was lost.
We were getting worried.
Oh, that's a bummer, huh? That's too bad. Hey, look who it is. Carlos Riapunter. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, Mike?
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
What's up, dude? I remember last time you told me you wanted the Elvis Dave Stevens book,
I did?
and a customer came in, they scoped everything out, and they said they wanted the Elvis book.
Yeah.
And I remember last time, no, you just told me you were looking for that, but that's the first book I sold. But then they told me that it was a birthday gift,
Oh.
and it was for you, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. They said that this is a late birthday
Oh.
gift from Money Mike.
This is,
So it's already paid for. and it's
Ben?
yours.
Is this you, buddy?
What, man?
Look how
what are you
good-
talking
Oh,
about?
dude,
Oh,
thank you,
busted.
thank you so much, man.
I'm so
Both
predictable.
of you.
I'm so predictable.
Yeah, this is Dave Stevens I've been eyeing. I love this. Wow, thanks so much. Appreciate it
birthday,
for both of you.
Michael.
Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, so Ben was here, over an hour before me, VIP access, and he bought some stuff. And you know what? I recognize this exact same Planet Comics. Awesome. Congrats, Ben. You get some other good stuff in here too. Oh yeah. Lots of Dave Stevens. Oh yeah, you get your G.I. Joe, which you love. Classic Wonder Woman and Vampirella. And of course, Sheena. Awesome. So Carlos has here some Warren comic books, which of course I like. Oh, that's awesome. Oh man, so he's got the Coming of Galactus here. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Let's see what these are. I wonder what he's got for a price on these.
For those,
There's no prices on them.
I'm selling them as a set.
Oh,
$250 for the three. Around low grade.
Yeah. They're pretty awesome. What's going on, Joel? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, Ben.
Good. Rocking and rolling.
Look at you with your horror books again. Goodness.
my friend?
I'm good. Oh, I see a Dave Stevens peeking out.
Oh, yeah.
Like how you strategically had that sticking out.
I got also Airboy over there as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're around.
So I spent a lot of money lately on some big comic books. So my goal today is to not spend a lot of money. So the goal is to get maybe 1 or 2 comic books that are pretty good and be happy with whatever I get. Let's keep looking. Oh, and we get some really big books here. That one's on my list. That one's on my list. I just traded that one.
I got a couple other ones.
That was incredibly helpful. I just mentioned I was looking for a book to this fine gentleman, and he just pulled it right up. First, Namorita.
Such great art, bro.
One more cool first appearance to add to the collection. I love this timeless cover here. Wow, this is a Silver Surfer number 4 signed by Stan Lee. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Had him signing back in 2015.
All right, so I'm here with my buddy Ben Tawes, comic book creator extraordinaire. And Ben, last time we were at a comic show, it was my birthday. What's today?
Today might be my birthday.
Might be your birthday.
It is chance, yep.
Awesome. And you got me a birthday present? How's that supposed to work out?
It's all about the love when it comes. I think it's your presence, your aura. It's
Maybe.
always so positive.
Yeah. Well, let's go have some dinner and maybe I'll buy you something then, all right?
Deal.
All right.
Ready.
All right. Ben got me a birthday present, so I am returning the service. Here you go, buddy. He wanted these two from my good friend Carlos, Rhea Punter, and let's show off the audience here what we got. I don't even know what I'm looking at. What did you want?
So, unbeknownst to everybody, I'm a huge manga fan. Ever since I was a kid, I was into like Ranma Half, Dragon Ball Z, anything by Masamune Shirow, anything manga, anything from Japan, I've always gravitated to. Golgo 13, also one of my favorite video games on the NES when I was a kid.
Well, there you go. Happy birthday. Happy to help.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Carlos. All right, guys, what a cool show. I spent more time talking with people, as I usually do, than looking for comic books. Still, I got some pretty cool stuff. Let's go home and I'll show you guys what I found. So there you go. That was the Northeast Comic Con and Collectibles Extravaganza. That was a mouthful in Boxborough, Massachusetts. Now, I've never actually been to this particular show before. However, this Northeast Comic Con, they do lots of shows throughout the year. Sometimes they're little one-day shows. Other times they are big three-day shows, usually kind of in eastern central Massachusetts. This was a three-day show, went from Friday to Sunday, and because I had such a busy weekend, I could only go on Friday night. And they weren't open very long. They opened from like 4 to 8 unless you had like a VIP pass. And because of that, there weren't a ton of people there. There was still a lot of people setting up. Some people closed early. However, it's an interesting show because although it's not like a super huge one, it presents itself like a really big Comic-Con. And you guys know the modern Comic-Cons I'm talking about where, yeah, there are comic books, but it's more about pop culture, collectibles, toys, celebrity guests, artists, writers, that sort of thing. That's the kind of show it was. And it was odd because it was in this really nice big hotel, but all these different types of things at the con were in different rooms, right? They had one room of vendors selling like their wares. They had other rooms with all the actors, and they had the comic book separated somewhere else. So it was very, very interesting, and I actually got lost when I got there and couldn't find the comic room. So yeah, there was some celebrity guests there, guys. The ones that jump out in my mind, there was some of the actors from the sitcom Growing Pains, which I remember from the late 80s and early 90s. The actors who played the kids were there, though of course they are grown up now. They're all older than me. But it's still pretty cool. I saw all of this stuff, guys, but in the interest of time, I cut all of that footage. I figured you guys just want to see the comic books. So, as for the comic books, you heard me say in the footage, my goal was to not spend a lot of money. I've been spending too much money lately. My lunch money coffers are pretty close to empty. So I didn't want to spend a ton on comic books, and I didn't, but I also got some comic books as gifts. I got to hang out with a lot of people. I think you saw me talking with everybody. It was just a really great experience to hang out and see people and end up with some pretty cool comic books on a lunch money budget. All that being said, if you like this sort of stuff and you want to support the channel, head on down, like, comment, and subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram under Lunch Money Comics IG. Feel free to DM me anytime. So the first comic books I want to show you are, no surprise if you watch the footage, Dave Stevens comics. I've been saying it on my channel for months now, guys. I've been into collecting Dave Stevens. It's a new thing for me. But evidently, if you listen to all the other comic book YouTubers in the world, everyone is evidently collecting Dave Stevens again. I'm not sure why that's the case, why he's so hot right now. But no matter where I look, people are collecting him. His books are out there at all these shows, and the prices are going up. And as a matter of fact, a couple of my friends who are really into Dave Stevens were there. You saw Ben in the footage, a really good friend of mine who's been going way down the Dave Stevens rabbit hole as of late. He even has a connection to the Dave Stevens Trust. And also my friend Carlos, Rhea Punter, who was a vendor there, who has the best Dave Stevens books I've ever seen from a vendor. Also, I can say this right now, guys, with the power of hindsight, having filmed this now a few days later, Carlos's stuff was flying off the shelves that next day. Everybody was buying Dave Stevens at this show. I don't know what's going on, but I was lucky to be there on Friday night and get 2 Dave Stevens books, and I didn't have to pay for either one of them. I think you saw that my friend Ben gifted this book to me for my birthday, even though it was his birthday. I don't know how that works out, but this is what he got me. This is a book I wanted the last time I saw Carlos, but Ben bought his only copy. Carlos found another one for me. They kind of played a trick on me. But either way, here it is, guys. I finally have it. This is Crossfire in Rainbow. This is part 4 of a 4-part series by Eclipse Comics, featuring 2 of their prominent characters, Crossfire and Rainbow. Rainbow is known from that very famous DNA Agents cover. It's from 1986, and of course, this is a Dave Stevens cover right there. Now, I've said this about Dave Stevens, guys. Most people, I think, collect him for the girls. They like how he draws the girls. For me, and they're fine. For me, it's the faces. He's incredible with his very emotive faces. You see every single person on here has just a great reaction. However, even someone like Elvis, I mean, there's no doubt it's Elvis. You can tell from a mile away it's Elvis. And that's true of whoever he's doing, whether it's a fictional character or a real one like Elvis or Marilyn Monroe. You always know who Dave Stevens is drawing. I think this cover is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And that's why I've wanted it for a while. Yeah, I have a price tag of $25. I don't know what Ben paid for it, but obviously he gave it to me for free. So that's great. The other one was also from Ben. He gave it to me after the show. It's a Who's Who. Now, I've talked about this on my channel in the past as well. These Who's Who's from the mid-'80s were basically an encyclopedia of all DC characters, and each issue went down the alphabet, right? Now, there are 3 interior characters that Dave Stevens did. He did Catwoman, he did Dolphin, and he did Phantom Lady. So this is our mid-Ps, if you want to go alphabetically. And you see right there, next to Phantom Stranger, you have Phantom Lady. So that was pretty cool. So Ben, thank you so much for both of these. I still need to get the Dolphin one. I'm sure I'll track it down somewhere. But these are pretty cheap, guys. You can find these anywhere, like in dollar bins. So keep your eyes open for Catwoman, Phantom Lady, and Dolphin, and you get yourself a little bit of Dave Stevens art yourself. Next up, this is a pretty cool comic book, guys. So I bumped into a guy I've met at many shows named Andrew. He was there selling with his buddy Josh. And they had all sorts of good books there, but they also had lots of like cheaper $5 and $1 books. And that's when I saw this. So this is Timeless. This is a one-shot from 2023. And it kind of, I think, tells the future. It's like a future, hypothetical Marvel future there. But this is the Alex Ross variant. Now, for those of you that this Timeless name jumps out, it's because Alex Ross did a Timeless series where he did alternate variant covers on comic books over the last 3 or 4 years, where each one depicted a different superhero and then different supervillains. And of course, Alex Ross with his amazing painted style, they are very kind of photorealistic looking. I like those. I have a whole bunch of them, but why this one jumped up to me so much is, and I knew it when I saw it, it's a gatefold. So you see here, it opens up, not just to 2 panels though, but to 4. I'm gonna have to do this slowly, depicting everybody who's ever been an Avenger. Let me open this side up for you. There it is. So I thought this was pretty darn cool, guys, for $5. I know it's a modern comic book, but I like Alex Ross, and because I have some of these Timeless covers, I thought this would be a pretty cool addition. However, that wasn't the end of my discussion with Andrew and Josh, because Ben was talking with Andrew, who was singing the praises of a pretty, well, let's say hot commodity right now in comic books, who is Daniel Warren Johnson. So Andrew was showing my friend Ben some sort of, I don't want to say bootleg, but some non-licensed Star Wars work that Johnson did a few years back, where he did Old Man Skywalker. Very cool, very kind of manga-looking Star Wars comic books. They were small, like, you know, ash can size. And in that discussion about how good they are, they started talking about something that he's been working on lately, and that is Transformers. And it seems like, to me, all of my friends are reading this series. Not only are they reading it, they are raving about it. Everyone loves this series. When I mentioned offhandedly, oh, I haven't read that yet, both Andrew and Ben looked at me like I had 2 heads. Andrew reached in, grabbed this book. He had $10 on it. He just handed it to me. He's like, you got to read this book. So here we go, guys. Transformers issue number 1 by superstar Daniel Warren Johnson. I hear great things about it. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are reading this too. I'd love to hear from you. Seems like everyone else loves it. And also, by the way, being an 80s kid, I did watch Transformers, but I couldn't really afford the toys. They weren't my favorite. I like Thundercats, but there is something kind of cool about going back to the 80s, right? Always, for us that grew up back then. So I'm excited to dig into this, guys. So the last comic book that I got, and that's right, you heard me right, I didn't get that many, is one that I was looking for another first appearance of those Marvel trading cards. You saw it in the footage. I met this guy named Chris, lovely guy. I told him I was looking for this book. He reached right into the Submariner stack and pulled this out. This is Submariner number 50 from 1972, Gil Kane cover. It's a Bill Everett story and art. And yeah, this is known as the first appearance of Namorita, who is Namor's cousin. Now, I collect these first appearances in these cards, and I knew right there on the back, first appearance, Submariner number 50, 1972. So I had to pick it up, guys. I was looking for it cheap, and I found it. He sold it to me for $30. It's a really high grade. And it's not just the first appearance of Namorita, I found out. It's also the first appearance of these mutant crabs. And when I looked at them, they reminded me, again, being an 80s kid, they reminded me of that bad He-Man villain, Clawful. You know what I'm talking about? He looks like a lobster guy. Looks just like them, with a really bad pun for a name. So I loved it, guys. Again, the fact it just kind of brought me down to that 80s nostalgia, and it's got a first appearance. I had to pick it up. $30, couldn't say no. So there you go. This is all that I got at the comic book show. Like I said, my goal was to not spend a lot of money, and the total I spent on myself was $35. So I would say mission accomplished. That's some Lunch Money Comics money right there. Obviously, I have a couple of very generous gifts in here from some awesome people, so I have a lot more to show for it than that. But head on down to the comments and let me know which of my pickups you like the best. And also let me know what you think of the footage of the con. Although I cut a lot of footage and I was there on a Friday night and there weren't a ton of people, I had a fantastic time. Not just seeing all the amazing books, but mostly talking with people, other collectors, other vendors. And guys, I love going to these shows for that purpose. It makes me really feel like I'm part of the comic book community. It just goes to show you don't need to spend a ton of money to have a lot of fun at these cons. That's it, guys. Keep hunting for comic books in strange and unusual places as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.